This is an Asmongold video.
Man in Minneapolis is being confronted and labeled a...
By the way, I got Velveeta mac and cheese with bacon in it.
Nazi over alleged support for ICE before being assaulted and knocked out. Someone in the crowd shouts, "He's one of us," appearing to realize they attacked one of their own. You remember what I said? They don't hate the police. They want to be the police. I tried to tell everybody, but people didn't want to listen. Well, now you're seeing it.
Okay, hey, get up. Get your ass up. You good? You're not nothing? Okay. That's what they asked. That's all they asked. Watch out. That's all they asked. He's one of us. Okay. He's one of us. Okay.
How are they letting this shit go on? Really, how are they letting this shit go on? This is insane. These are Nazi tactics 101. People are going to get shot doing this? They are. Insane. He's one of us. Oh my God.
Hey, good. You all right, dude? You all right? Come on, breathe. He's one of us. How do we know?
How do we... Dude, is this... It's crazy this is even real, right? Oh my God.
Earlier. Why you get ran out earlier? I don't know. He's one of us. I'm with them. Trust me.
They're just having roving gangs running around harassing and beating people up because these people look like they might support ICE. Every single one of these people should be locked up and put in a camp. Every single one of them. There is no place in a civilized Western society for these animals. And the sooner that we realize that, and that we're willing to act on it, the sooner that this can be over. Every single one of them. You gotta put them in the box.
You all right, man? Hey, move back! Right now! Back up! Back up! Yeah, save your Nazi. Put him in your Nazi van. Go get him some help. He needs a little bit of fucking mental health there. Don't.
Wait, save. I thought this guy was on their side. So they helped this guy and now he's a Nazi because he's being helped by them? Oh my God, the Nazi van. These extremists will start creating a dress code? Yeah, of course they will. I mean, all you have to do is look at whatever a fascist government does, and that's what these people will do. That's what they're going to do. This is what happens every time. They're fucking crazy. Well, in my opinion, like, again, like, I have what I would do in this situation, what I think the government should do. I think they should just bring in the military, find every single one of the people that did this, build a, you know, temporary camp like Alligator Alcatraz, and then pack them into that camp like sardines, and then basically send every single one of them through federal charges, put them in federal prisons, and then force them into mandatory labor for 5 to 10 or more years. That's what I would do. That would be my solution for this problem. And guess what would happen? All of these problems would disappear. They would. They would totally disappear. So here we go. Here's a new one here. Tech workers say they were mistaken for ICE agents accosted by the anti-ICE mob.
This is so cool. I mean, this is so cool as in like that. Look. This gotta be the funniest thing I've ever seen. I know, it's like, you feel like a zoo man. I've never.
If you're not with us, then you're against us. This is actually insane that they're letting this go on. They're actually letting this, like, this is crazy. What the hell is going on?
clear. So clear.
Oh my God. What?
No.
We do custom apps for a whole bunch of companies around Minnesota and the country.
It's scary. It is scary. These people will kill you if they could. They'll kill you. This is very important to keep in mind, is that what they're doing is what they're allowed to do. To the extent that they could get away with it, they'll kill you. That's why you have to shut them down. You have to shut them down, totally break them up, put them in prison, and get rid of this. You can't have a civilized society with people like this going around. You just can't. There's no way to do that. No doubt they'll absolutely kill you. Yeah, that's and then they'll do it to your family. They'll harass your family. They think Americans are terrorists. Well, they are the terrorists. So yeah, no, they're unironic terrorists.
Because you're filming us. Here.
Are they letting it get so bad it's difficult to criticize the decision to crack down? No. See, that's a huge mistake. The more power that you let these people have before you crack down on them, the more emboldened that they will feel to do it again. You have to immediately nip it in the bud.
Do I look like an ICE agent?
Yeah,
Media did this?
Holy.
You look like an ICE agent, so they're going after this guy because he looks like an ICE agent. Of all the videos you watched, I've yet to see one black person. Literally all this does are white people and mostly Karens. I know that. This is why Second Amendment's so important. Well, eventually somebody will start shooting these people. They will. This is what's going to eventually, inevitably happen. And whenever that happens, then things are going to get a lot worse.
Fucking Christ. This is what's wrong with the cat.
No, it's not. Because you have no relationship with us. So do you support?
So now it's not enough that he's not in ICE. Now they're asking him if he even supports ICE. So now you literally have the thought police that are going around Minnesota that are basically racially and, different ways of profiling people and then attacking them based off of that. Isn't this insane? It's literally happening right now. They're going out there doing this by themselves. They don't hate Nazis. They want to be the Nazis. It's ironic. It's not ironic. Like, the thing is that this was obvious it was going to happen to anybody with a brain. This is what people have been doing. They've been doing this for thousands of years. This isn't new. Like, Nazis didn't invent profiling people and killing them. The Nazis are just the most well-known example based off of, like, modern education in America. They've been doing this forever. People have been doing this forever. It's nothing special with the Nazis. Minnesota is a concealed carry state? Well, I don't know. If there were actual Nazis, these people would be dead immediately? Of course.
What? The way you guys are acting? Fuck no.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
The way you guys are, I don't support ICE either.
Then why do you care?
Then why do you care when we're harassing you if you're on our side?
I'm just trying to enjoy my lunch.
If you're not with us, then you're against us. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely insane. Anti-ICE insurgents are not just stalking ICE. Mobs of agitators are following conservatives into parking garages and attacking them. Police refuse to get involved. It's gnarly, yep. Yep. These people have jobs? I don't know. Yep.
This guy needs medical help. He needs
Oh my God.
mental health.
Holy shit.
Bleeding is natural from Nazis' ears.
Bleeding is natural for Nazis' ears. And this is just a random guy. It's just a random guy. They're tearing this dude up. Look at this. This is in America. Oh my God. Yep, cops are doing nothing. They're letting all of this happen. Why are liberals allowed to commit violence without outrage or consequence, specifically for their jobs? The reason why it happens is because conservatives have this mindset that, and this is a mindset that needs to be destroyed. But, and I've said this before, they have a mindset that we can't come down hard on these people because if we do, then these people will come down hard on us. Meanwhile, their own people or other random people are being terrorized and attacked in the streets. So that's the mindset that they have, is that they believe, like a lot of conservatives have this naive notion of matching force. So they think that if they do something that is extreme, then the other side will do something that's extreme. That's not how it works. What happens is that the other side will do whatever they can that they can get away with, and whatever, it doesn't matter what you do, they're going to do the same thing anyway. They're too soft, they are.
That's pretty good mac and cheese for $2.50.
They're way too soft. Come down hard, never let them get back up. Oh, I agree with this, right? Isn't that why they would say just shoot them? Well, I don't know about the shooting.
That is also the biggest meal I've eaten in like 3 days, though.
No, I have no idea. Liberals here are actually insane. They have no problem with violence. Of course they don't. It's pretty obvious. Can't the people pass a class action lawsuit against the city for allowing this to happen? Well, I don't know. Soft as fuck, it's embarrassing. Well, the problem is that a lot of conservatives are not willing to take extreme, brutal solutions in order to solve these problems. And this is the main issue, is that when you are in a conflict between a group of people that are willing to take extreme, brutal solutions to solve problems versus a group that isn't, the group that is willing to do that will always be the group that wins. You've got to remember that George Washington sailed across a river in the ice on Christmas Eve, and he killed the British in their sleep. And that's why we're Americans. Is that it's a race to the bottom in terms of conflict, and the way that you have to handle these people is you do have to approach it from that level of extreme. You do. And if you don't do that, they will do that to you. And I think that you see this. The same thing happened in 1931-32. Hitler sent the brown shirts and gained a lot of support. Well, and that's the other thing, is that the next step for this is something that people might not know is going to happen. If Trump did send in the military and things continued getting worse and this was more publicized, he would get support if these people were effectively just totally removed. If he rounded up all of these people and he just basically brutalized them, a vast amount of people in the country would support it and welcome it. People don't understand, like, there's a allure of power that if a person will execute and basically execute absolute power, they will gain a tremendous amount of respect, because people would rather be ruled over by power than be ruled over by chaos. And that's what they will want every single time. Democrats are looking for every excuse. Well, they're going to do that anyway. I mean, like, whatever those people are going to do, they're going to do that no matter what. There's nothing you can do to stop them from doing that. At this point, yeah, are you dumb? No, I'm not dumb. This is the truth. I think you're wrong. Okay, all right, you can think I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, close your eyes, open up a history book, and then pick a random page. Open your eyes, read the book. You'll find out that I'm not wrong. I'm not. This is human psychology. The better alternative. So what they should do in order to prevent anything bad from happening is they should just nationalize well, they should probably tell Tim Walz, like, hey man, listen, like, you've got to get this under control, like, right now, or you're going to go to jail, right? Like, we're going to invoke Insurrection Act. You're getting pulled up on sedition and treason. Either get this under control right now, or your head's on a chopping block, right? That's what I would do. If I was Trump, I'd just call him up and say that. And he would say, oh, well, you can't get me. It doesn't matter. Like, you're going to be through appeals. At the end of the day, you can ruin this guy's life for 3 years. You can
You'll never get me.
totally ruin his life, and there's nothing they can do about it. So threaten that. then he will send in the police. He will have the National Guard deal with this. And if he doesn't do that, then nationalize the National Guard, bring in the army, invoke the Insurrection Act, and clear the streets out of these people, right? That's what you have to do. And if you did that, there will be no violence. Because people aren't going to be violent with police officers, with tactical armor on and fucking machine guns around. They're not going to do that. Tim Walz should be more scared of the Somalis than the president? Well, I don't know about that. You don't think the Democrats have more dirt on Tim Walz? You're funny? Well, I don't know if they do or not, right? But my point is that if you put somebody in a position where basically there is like a heavy consequence for not doing something, then you can get that person to act. But you have to introduce a consequence. You openly admitted you never do research or read articles outside of Twitter. How can you shamelessly tell others to read more? I don't need to understand whatever article you want me to read. All I need to understand is human psychology and incentives. And incentives and human psychology are the deciding factors of how people will behave. I don't need to read your little special book or your Wikipedia article or anything else besides that. None of that stuff matters. What matters fundamentally is how do people act, how do people think, and how do people respond to incentives. If you can understand that, then nothing else matters. It's pretty simple.
Come on the left! He said off with their head, right? Shit! Stop recording!
This is going real fast.
Stop! I'm gonna get off the line! Don't worry, get off the line!
Uh-oh.
Get off the line!
Uh-oh. What the fuck? Where are the police? The police are told to stand down.
You don't come to Minneapolis anymore!
Yep. Look at him go. Look at him go. They're running this guy. Look at how many people there are just after like a handful of guys. It's maybe like one or two guys.
Remember during COVID, like a lot of left wingers didn't even want groups of 10 or more people. Or it might have been even less if I misremember it, but wow.
They were telling the people to get off live so they could kill him? Yeah, because they don't want to have it be recorded.
Yeah. Why would you want evidence of your crime? They're dumb, but they're not that dumb.
So the police shouldn't take orders from the governor? That's such bullshit. Well, it will eventually probably get that. It will get to this extreme. And this, by the way, this escalation is one of the reasons why I didn't want to vote for Trump. Is that I don't think that he really has what it takes in order to solve these problems in a comprehensive way. I think that he's really funny. He's entertaining. He can be charismatic. But, like, he doesn't really solve these problems in the way that I think he needs to. Taco? Yeah, he does. He does taco. Kamala would solve the problem? Yeah. He's not aggressive enough? No, he's not. What, are they going to throw him off? Should qualify as self-defense? Oh, yeah. Look how many of them there are, too. This is wild.
Oh, that's the fuck.
Look at him go.
You fucking showed up. That's where you fucked up.
Oh, now you're gonna run? What? You didn't give that support as you wanted? You realize that there's more of us than you?
Yep. If they could, they'd kill him. This is a peaceful protest? That's right. So you stop accelerating and finally vote once there's a strong enough candidate that will stop this shit? Yeah. Once I think that there's a candidate that will deal with this in the right way, then I would vote for them. But I don't vote for a lesser of two evils. I don't do that. Unless I feel like somebody will actually encompass my views and my values, I don't vote for them. Yeah, I don't do lesser of two evils bullshit. Nope.
You fuck with them, you fuck with us. You come more time to fuck with them.
Is killing people peaceful? No, I'm not gonna back off. I'm not gonna back up to y'all.
Weren't you saying that you were an accelerationist the other day? Weren't you saying to let it happen and burn it down? Well, yeah, but eventually, like, I know, but like it's already being burned down. Like at this point, right? What I'm saying is that the accelerationism stops when a candidate appears that is willing to stop the problems. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is that at that point you can stop because now you have a solution in hand.
Get the fuck out of our town.
It's not practical? Well, it depends. Uh-oh. Nope.
Stay out of Minnesota.
Total crash out. Total crash out. Somebody says, what happens if the other side wins the time another candidate comes around? They've changed demographics enough where it's too late and there's no chance. Well, that's why it's even more important to do it. And also, just because you're outnumbered doesn't mean that you're automatically going to lose. That's not true. I mean, you can look at any sort of conflict in history and you'll find out that's not true.
Oh, this is the car?
Was it wrong? That's true. Okay, all right, here we go. He's going to get in the car. Okay. Oh. Look at him go, just following this guy around. Jesus. Jesus, bro, what a bunch of savages. Oh my God. I think I saw this one, right?
That's him!
No, it's another one.
That's him! Is that him? Yes! Open the door!
Look, there's...
Oh my God. Drive! Oh my God. Just drive! Stop! Wait, let them go! Let them go! Hey, pull over!
Man.
Pull over!
Look at him go.
Leave it.
Look at him go.
Get out of here! Leave it up! Get out of here! No! Y'all just
Yep.
let him leave! It's not worth it! Hey!
Man.
Let him out! Let him out!
Wow.
We got his flag!
Fucking psychos, man. Can you believe that? Oh my God. A group of Somali thugs just robbed me of my $1,000 camera in Cedar Riverside neighborhood of Minneapolis. Uh-oh.
Hey, get! What did she just do? She fucking...
Oh shit. Okay, it's okay.
She took next camera.
Yep.
She just stole next camera.
What the fuck?
This is
It's absolute chaos.
This is probably attempted vehicular fucking homicide, by the way. Like, she's fucking... Oh, on top of other shit, she's obviously driving on the side of the sidewalk.
They turned Minneapolis into a PvP server.
Yeah, this is fucking straight out of Grand Theft Auto. What the fuck?
They completely did. Where's Trump? How are you letting people do this? Really? Like, you're driving down the side. Like, this is like Grand Theft Auto.
Where'd you know it?
Oh my God.
Totally not pre-watched.
No, get in the camera! You're gonna give him the camera!
Just tell her to give him the camera back.
Jesus. They're not even hiding it? Well, why would they? They get away with it. Why would they have to hide it?
They just stole my camera.
Right out of your hand while you're in the car?
Yep.
You want it, right? That's the fuck you want it, right? That's what you did. Man, listen, motherfucker, you better get the fuck out.
That's what you did.
Coward. Motherfucker, you a coward, bitch.
You have to leave.
Fucking coward. You robbed, you motherfucker. Get the fuck out.
This guy is fucking former hippie who's we live in the dream.
$1,000
Bitch. You fucking coward.
Oh, too bad.
Nobody stepped in.
Motherfucker, you trying to incite that shit.
Nobody stepped in.
Get the fuck up out.
Damn. I wonder if they hit him in the air, or if it's just that damn fucking cold. Could be either one.
$1,000.
Man.
Yeah, fuck you, fucking bitch.
Did you call that? Did anybody call 911?
You're in this neighborhood.
Have Kevin do it.
He's press.
You fucking Nazis.
We got it all on video.
We're not Nazis.
Yeah, you fucking Nazis.
We're not Nazis and we're not racist. I condemn
I
Hitler
swear you a
completely.
fucking racist, bitch.
I'm not racist. I condemn all racism.
God, you a fucking Nazi.
I condemn
Trying to
all
argue with
racism.
this. Can we all agree Trump's a pussy for this? He is. He's a total massive pussy. Like, I am so mad that he doesn't do anything about this. It's so embarrassing.
Neighborhood. Why are you here?
We were driving through and we got followed.
You
guys followed us.
No, we're following you because who are you?
It doesn't matter. We're allowed to be here. It's the United States of America.
Oh.
Why do we have to leave?
What? They just.
We're not leaving till we get the camera. You want us to leave? Give us the camera. Call your friend, get the camera back, and we'll leave.
Look at this. This is insane. No point arguing with these people? No, there's no reason. They want to be victims so bad. I know. Look at all them saying they deserved it. I know. I tried to tell you guys. You can't reason with these people. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, you're treating him like this. Why? Why?
Trump can't do anything right now and has to become very violent before the actions are justified? Well, if the military's listening to Trump and he's able to do it, then he can do it. It's that simple. It being justified according to CNN, CNN's never going to say that it's justified. Some activist judge is never going to say that it's justified. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is whether you have the power to do something or you don't. That's it. Can he do it? I don't know. Will the people with guns listen to him? If the answer is yes, then he can do it. It's that simple. They call him Nazi and put even more fingers on him. It's just really sad. How many more fingers can they put on him and call him a Nazi? They've already done this 1,000 times. It's not like it's going to matter the next time. The problem is he'd lose support from all the pussy Republicans who like to toe the line. Well, I mean, again, like those people would never support him anyway. And I think it's good to I think it's good to filter those people out. What's embarrassing is you thinking you know how to handle it better than Trump and his 1,000 lawyers. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that really, like, you're worried about the law. I'm not worried about the law. Who cares about the law? Like, they will invent a new law to arrest Trump under if they get power again. It doesn't matter. You're under the false impression
He's completely right about this.
That the rules that exist matter. They don't matter. They will ignore the rules. They'll make up new rules. They will come up with other examples of why it's okay that they do it this way. This is a mistake. You have fallen into the mistake of trying to think that your opponent is playing by the same rules as you are. Your opponents are not doing that. I agree with you 99% of the time, but this part always confuses me. I mean, didn't they charge Trump with 34 felonies of the same thing? Try and put him in jail for like years and years and years over just like a fucking, like an accounting mistake? Or like, even if it wasn't a mistake, like this is like basically a very small amount of money. They're trying to put him in jail for this. Like, I mean, an accounting error, yeah, it's like nothing. So keep in mind, that's what they tried to do. Of course, that's what they're going to do. They will do anything that they can. And this idea that like, oh, you can't do this. This is what the rules say. Who cares what the rules say? If the rules have brought you to a place that is completely chaotic, if it's totally destruction, if there's total destruction, there's people that are out there on the streets finding random gangs roving around, attacking people because they think this person could be on the opposite side as them. If the rules have brought you to this position, then what purpose were the rules even serving? Why do you even have the rules? Very clearly, the rules aren't helping. So why follow them? Absolutely not. Should do whatever you need to do to get this done. Feels like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's not damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's you either solve the problem or you don't. And you ignore the people that are complaining about it. It doesn't matter. They literally charged Trump's misdemeanor offense into 34 felony counts? Yeah, of course. Like, I mean, again, they're not playing by the same rules that you're playing for. So the ends justify the means? Of course. Duh. What do you think? Why do you think we nuked Japan?
Racism can go both ways.
You guys were.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, what are we talking about? People have such a naive view of things, it's embarrassing. And this is the guy that's talking about it. Watch this. Are there really 20 people filming themselves harassing other people for half an hour with no consequences? That's right. Yep. That's what's going on right now. That's it.
Anarchists, and I'm calling them anarchists now. These anarchists, these rioters.
Sorry about the audio.
Bad people that wish to harm law enforcement are now harming American citizens. Those vehicles you mentioned that were vandalized, they've also, we've received reports, vandalized indiscriminately many vehicles in those hotel parking lots.
Yeah, I bet they have.
If it's government vehicles and then they happen to get several vehicles of American citizens, innocent civilians, they don't care. And we're seeing that now. We're hearing reports from the police that that's happening, throwing nails out in parking lots where our government vehicles...
Throwing nails in parking lots. This could literally get somebody killed. Oh my God. Throwing nails in parking lots.
Vehicles are not even located. They don't care. So these anarchists truly do not...
Free nails?
They truly do not... go towards federal law enforcement only. If you get wrapped up in this, and you're a mom and pop American, you get wrapped up, and they even think you're law enforcement, then you're getting it also, and that's
right. Yep, they're doing it to everybody.
Big problem. I think that should probably.
Yeah, they always do this to everybody. They've always been a monolith.
Wake some people up.
Before making everybody an ICE agent, everybody was a Republican. And before that, everybody was a nationalist. And before that, everybody was a fascist.
As to the depth and the scope of these anarchists.
Let's see if I can find some more of these here too. But yeah, it's just insane.
That we would react with riots. And we have shown up with compassion, with care, with real resilience, with understanding of our constitutional rights and, you know, what the rights and the wrongs are. And we've shown the country what real resistance looks like.
Right. Of course. This is what they say. They say this and then, oh, here we go.
Out of our state! Get out of our state! Get out of here, bitch! Get out of our state!
Damn. Shouldn't have done it. Oh. See, that's how they need to handle it. That is, spitting's actually assault. Yeah, it's old as fuck. Well, either way, I mean, like, this is how I think they should handle it right there. Just grab the guy, immediately arrest him, and that's it. Now, what did he do? The tackle seems very excessive. I don't see what he did. You shouldn't spit on somebody. If you spit on a federal officer and they grab you and tackle you to the ground, I think that's totally justified. I do. I don't think that anybody should expect to be spit on like that. It's deranged animal behavior, and really, if you act like an animal, you should be treated like an animal. That's how I look at it. I don't care if it's disproportionate. I don't really care if they get hurt. They should think about that before they decide to put themselves in that situation. It's that simple. Oh, here we go. People are beeping their horns and surrounding whistles at this man who rented a vehicle with Texas plates. All he wanted to do was get food.
You hear all the beeping? It's for me. Why? This right here.
Texas plates.
Texas plates.
Wow.
When you're in Minnesota with Texas plates,
what is
everybody
going
thinks
on?
you're ICE.
Remember what I told you? I told you every single day that they let this happen, it will get worse. Remember? Every single day they let this happen, it will get worse and worse and worse.
I'm just trying to get some food.
People
This
are
is what I got to
deranged.
deal
Of
with.
course they are. Yep. Are you Americans become completely retarded? You're supposed to be a first world country? I know. I know. Well, this is what happens when you let the inmates run the asylum. This is exactly what it is. Let me see if I can pull up a couple more of these.
They thought that, you know, they could intimidate Minnesotans, that we would react with riots, burn down our city, and that he would have the license to invoke the Insurrection Act, mobilize the military against U.S. citizens. And we have shown up with compassion, with care, with real resilience, with understanding of our constitutional rights and, you know, what the rights and the wrongs are. And we've shown the country what real resistance looks like. And he knows that ICE is losing ground in popularity in the unlawful...
See, that's why they have to go after him. Because if people feel like they're losing ground, it will make the public sentiment shift. And it will make... Basically, if people feel like something is happening, it makes it happen. It's like a confirmation bias or self-fulfilling prophecy.
Actions that they are carrying out, and the American people are on our side because no one has signed up for American citizens to be brutalized in the way Minnesotans have been.
I don't think the brutalizing has even begun. That's what I think. If the government could hunt down and prosecute every single person who broke into the Capitol on January 6th, then why can't they do the same to every rioter and Somalian scammer in Minneapolis? These people have to be crushed or they will destroy us when they return to power. This is absolutely true. 100%. It is self-defense. Total self-defense. And if you don't take it seriously and you don't listen to these people in the right way, they're going to do it. Yeah, Nick's totally right about this. 100%. Hopefully more people will realize that. And you see here, 1,500 active duty Army paratroopers from the 11th Airborne Division have been put on alert for potential deployment to Minnesota. So they're actually maybe doing this. 2 Army battalions put on standby for possible deployment to Minnesota. There's another one right there. Oh my God. Perceived power is achieved power? Yep, exactly.
Don't fuck with ICE though, right?
No.
Y'all fuck with ICE or nah? You fuck with ICE or nah? Fuck ICE, right? That's right. Say it proud. Say it proud. Say it proud, bro. Are you an American? Or is you a bitch? Do you like ICE or not, bitch?
I already told you.
What'd you tell me? What'd you tell me, bitch? Do you like ICE or not? You
Another one for the box. Another one for the box. Yep. Such a simple solution.
Fucking bitch! You bootlegging bitch! Say you don't like ICE, say fuck ICE! Say it! Bitch! Fuck ICE! Fuck ICE! This guy can't even make his lips move! This bitch cannot make his lips move! What's up, bitch?
Fuck ICE. Is that all you need?
Let's go! That's it, pussy bitch! Crack off!
And that's what they do. They harass, abuse, attack people until they get what they want. That's right. That's the same dude. Yep, I know. And I told, like, this is the thing is, like, I've been trying to warn people that there are a lot of individuals like that out there. And if you don't keep a lid on these people, they just totally boil over. And you have to control these people and put them in some sort of institution, have them in one way or another locked up. You can't let a person like this be out in the public. You have to either institutionalize, medicate, or imprison them. You can't deal with these people in the public world. That's it. And get them help? Yeah, exactly. I mean, they do need help. Time to start fighting back. Yeah, I mean, I would say it's getting worse. Well, every single day that it's allowed to happen is a day that it will continue getting worse. That's it. There'd be a cage and a chimpanzee in a zoo, but then around them, yeah, definitely. They'll never change laws to make that possible. Well, I mean, never say never. I mean, all we really need, this is the thing, all we really need is a candidate willing to do that. That's it. You need a candidate willing to do this, and then it happens. Because, and here's the other thing too, is that once you're able to do it, you only have to do it once. Because then you're going to change the demographics so much by getting rid of these people that the opposite side will never win an election again. Because you're going to put the majority of those fucking freaks in jail. So it doesn't matter. So all you have to do is do it once. That's all that has to happen. Yeah, just enforce the current laws. Yep, definitely. And so just what's a legal response to harassment like this? Well, you should just call the police, really. I mean, that's my best advice. You just call the police. For that kind of guy following you, shouting in your face, would you say justifying, what would you just say, would just saying what they want be the correct thing to do? What would I do? I would just say fuck ICE and I'd make them leave me alone. I don't want to deal with people like this. I don't want to have to, you know, like listen to them attacking me or yelling at me. Like somebody like that escalates like that could stab you or something like that. And that's the reason why, well, yeah, coward. Well, I'm not a coward. I'm a survivor. A person like, see, you're not around these people regularly. I'm around these people regularly. I walk to the store and there's people that are just sitting there next to the gas station that are like fucking drug addicts and they're crazy. The best thing that you can do is to tell that person whatever they need to hear to make them leave you alone. Because this person could stab you, they could attack you, they could shoot you, they could do anything. I don't think that people understand the uncertainty of an insane person. I do, because I have to deal with them regularly because I live in Austin and I just go out and I see them. You never want to start a fight with a crazy person. You don't. It's very dangerous. Yeah, I don't advocate for any type of like vigilante justice or anything like that. It's extremely scary. You lose, you probably do lose. Yeah, why fight a freak when you have nothing to gain and everything to lose? Yes, exactly. So we do not escalate with pepper spray? Well, you could potentially get charged for assault or something like that. Now, if you want to do that, go ahead. But, like, I would just try to tell them whatever they need to hear to make them go away. Like, I'm a very utilitarian, pragmatic person. I have no problem smiling in somebody's face and stabbing them in the back. That's what you should do. My goal is to simply get what I want in a position that is the most advantageous for me. It's not relevant to where I'm in the right. It's not relevant to where I am, you know, like it seems like I'm winning. I don't care about any of those things. The only thing that I care about is making sure that I'm able to get what I want out of a situation. And so everything that I do and all the ways that I act are in service of being able to serve that goal, is to consolidate and make things happen in a way that's beneficial for me. And if that means agreeing with my enemy or agreeing with somebody that's violent so I can, you know, avoid them and then, you know, maybe hurt them later, I would do that instantly without even a second of hesitation. And everybody else should do that too. There's almost never, it's almost never a good idea to engage a conflict directly. It's always better to get the drop on somebody, to backstab them, to catch them by surprise, or to do something that they're not expecting. It's almost never a good idea to directly engage somebody because that gives them the highest probability chance that they can react to you. And you don't want somebody to react to you because then that's going to lower your chances of getting what you want out of the situation.
Familiar tells me that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and the Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey are both being investigated by the Justice Department. Oof. And a grand jury has issued subpoenas for both of them, though it doesn't appear that either have been served yet. What we do know tonight as we come on the air is that the Justice Department investigation centers on possible obstruction of federal law enforcement. Both the FBI Director, Kash Patel, and the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, were in Minneapolis today. Yep. And just a short time ago, Todd Blanche was on Fox News explaining, or attempting to explain, why the Justice Department is taking this action.
When the governor or the mayor threaten our officers, when the mayor suggests that he's encouraging citizens
then why not arrest them right now? If you think that he's actually doing this, why not send in the National Guard? Why not send in the military? Why not do it right now?
Call 911 when they see ICE officers.
Isn't that crazy?
That is very close to a federal crime.
Yeah.
Familiar.
Like, what is this, to build a case? Who cares? Who cares? What are you doing? Oh, you're going to build a case? Jesus Christ, it's so pathetic. These people are totally, totally captured by this stuff. And I don't even know what else to say. And then you see here, this is what Florida is doing, by the way. Florida handles this the right way. If you fuck with a Florida officer, you know what they do? They kill you. That's it. That's what happens. If you spit on an officer, or you throw a brick at an officer in Florida, you're dead. We don't see any of these problems happening in Florida, do we? No. Holy crap, Florida's not going to make an example out of this. So this retarded hog decided to punch a state police officer in the face.
Harass and impede a law enforcement investigation.
Look at her go.
You are going to get arrested and you are going to do serious time. This woman,
Look at this retarded hog, bro. They got to get her in the back seat.
She's looking at state and federal
Oh,
charges.
God.
And we're going to make an example here. If
Make an example out of her. Absolutely.
want to get in the way of ICE's activities, you are going to pay the price. We want.
See, this is how easy it is to solve this problem. I want you to see that in Florida, this is how easy it is to solve. There you go.
Them here. We believe in safety. We are going to enforce rule of law. You know, she was kicking and punching our highway
She
patrol,
fucked up
our
the camera. What
troopers.
the hell?
And our troopers have handled some big challenges in the past.
Man.
This one no different. They get the job done. They put bad people away.
They sure do. And it's that easy. It's literally that simple. Want the referral government? Yeah, exactly. It's a big job. Yeah, and everybody says she looks so miserable. I bet she does. And you can see this immediately. She picked the wrong state in which to throw a haymaker at law enforcement. Yep, there you go. And you just put her in jail, like, pretty much indefinitely, right? I mean, hitting a federal officer like that. And this is also the National Guard. They're clearly moving them in. So things are going to get even more extreme, and it's getting crazy, honestly. It's getting absolutely fucking insane. So let her rot in a hole. Yeah, I mean, shouldn't have it happen. It's refreshing to see. Well, I just want you guys to see that the solution for this is so simple. They say you can't flip the switch. You absolutely can. You just flip the switch and all the problems go away. And if you do that, none of this will be an issue at all. But unfortunately, too many people are afraid of doing that.
As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No! Jesus...
So if the pastor wears a suit?
Died with immigrants. You do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Hey, you can't. Don't be
You are a fake Christian. Why?
Look at his face. Look at bro, like you got a Sasquatch showing up, huh?
Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity?
Oh my
Where
God.
are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians, but we know you live an easy
Another one for the box.
life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving. Shame.
And they're just here we go. Let's go. Now we're into the chorus.
Out now. Out now. Living real comfortable while the people starve. Living real comfortable while children are dragged into concentration camps.
What a
You're all
schizo.
living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you. Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos.
Oh my
Quit
God.
ignoring this injustice. He wears a suit and tie and he
Yeah.
hangs out with Kristi Noem. How is that a Christian? You're supposed to accept all immigrants, are you not?
No, nobody said that. Like, what are you talking about? You don't even believe in this in the first place. You're just using this to get mad.
Why are you not going down to Whipple and joining us in protest against this inhumanity? You claim to be a Christian. Act like one.
Acting like a Christian is agreeing with me. How convenient for him. And, oh, is there more of this? Anti-ICE protesters turning to churches in Minneapolis and shutting down service. Jesus. So much for freedom of religion, huh? Oh, my God. Hands up. Guys, this was like 5 years ago. Let it go. Let it go. Like this was the saying from 5 years ago. Uh-huh. I don't see them in mosques. That's because it's all about hating Christians, hating Western culture, hating white people. That's all it's about. It's actually that simple. You might think that there's no way it's that simple. Well, it is. Just sitting there waiting for them to stop. I don't know why they don't arrest these people. I mean, they're going in here and they're interrupting religious services. I mean, this isn't the First Amendment. Like, these people are just peacefully having a religious event. Like, how do you justify this at all? This is crazy. Oh my God. Jesus. This isn't a public space. No, it's not a space at all. This is in Minneapolis. Yeah. They got to trespass these people or something, man.
This is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So,
but there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
Okay, but listen, we live in there's a Constitution and a First Amendment to
their First Amendment right to go onto private property and disrupt them and stop them being able to practice their religion. I think that's what the First Amendment says.
Freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. Yep. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yes. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about
no. Whenever Jesus had problems with those people, how did he handle those merchants? He threw their ass out down the stairs. He said, "Get the fuck out of my house. What are you doing in my house?" Flip their tables over, throwing their shit on the ground, and says, "Get the fuck out of here." So you want to ask what would Jesus do? Oh yeah, I wonder. They should do the same thing.
Spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk. Okay. I have to take care of my church and my family, so I
love how these people if these people keep pushing these Christians, I think that we could get, right now we're getting 21st century Christianity. I think that we could be in a situation where we get 14th century Christianity again. We could. I think it's radicalizing a lot of people. Yeah, another crusade. I could easily see that happen. I could, but unfortunately, a lot of Christians are, they're mind broken by the idea that being a Christian means allowing everybody else to take advantage of you and hurt you and effectively use your values against you so they can push their own.
Since you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to chronicle what happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship. Yeah. We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Man. And so even he's doing this. That's crazy. And they always want to use the First Amendment as an excuse. It's always the First Amendment. Oh, jeez. Yep, every single fucking time. I'm no historian, but I don't think there's been a single situation in the last 100 years where people storming the churches were the good guys. Yep, I wonder why. Here's one more. Hunters stumble upon a completely unhinged Karen in the wild, and it's something to behold.
Hey, bro, what kind of bird is that? Huh? What kind of bird is that? First. I think it's a legendary parrot.
Yep.
Out of here! You're not welcome! Go away!
She's turning into a seagull. She gonna throw a rock?
What the fuck?
Is she throwing it in the water?
The splash will scare him off.
Fucking retard.
What the fuck? The fishing.
So they're hunting, I'm assuming, out here.
Hunting, yeah.
And this Karen shows up, and she's trying to scare the ducks away so they don't kill the ducks. And they usually have decoy ducks in order to get the real ducks to get closer. And she's throwing rocks to scare the ducks away, but she's scaring the decoy ducks away instead of the actual ducks. She got tricked by the thing that's supposed to trick the ducks. Yes. You gotta talk to your doctor and get some new glasses, bitch.
Oh, fuck off. We don't want you shooting around here.
I don't give a fuck. I don't want you walking around here.
Oh, fuck off. This is public property.
Exactly my point.
We don't shoot anything alive, you fuck off.
These are already dead. These are already dead.
I don't care.
They're already dead.
I don't like shooting you. Fuck off. You fuck off.
Those birds identified as dead already.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck you.
Identified as dead already. Oh my god.
You. Fuck you. Fuck you.
By the way, this is the way that you need to treat these things. Is that you make fun of them, you laugh at them, you tease them, and you never take them seriously at all. This, by the way, this is a base chud. This is a base chud that just handles these Karens. Because the one thing that Karens can't handle is being laughed at and being ignored. That's the one thing that they can't deal with. And so if you just do that to them, they'll totally self-destruct. Because they can't, like, they wield their grievance as a weapon. So the moment that you decide that their grievance isn't relevant or meaningful, then they're disarmed. They're totally disarmed. They can't do anything else besides that. So that's it. It's fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, I'm trying.
Oh,
Got him.
Yeah.
This video is really something special.
Let's watch this one.
Hello, Simone. I'm excited.
Simone and Malcolm got to say. People love to bitch about right-wing socialism, even though left-wing socialism is clearly worse.
Excited to be here with you today. Today, we are going to be talking about the philosophical ideas of a man who hated the Nazis because he thought they were too woke and weren't nearly racist enough for his standards. This is a man called Julius Evola. So actually, he calls himself a super fascist. He didn't actually hate the Nazis. He criticized them over that, but he thought that what they were doing broadly aligned with his ideology, which was a very interesting world perspective. And I wanted to talk about it because I was looking at and trying to understand where some of the new vitalistic philosophies got their world framing from. For example, the philosophy of BAP, or Bronze Age Pervert, who by the way, has explicitly said to his followers, don't read this guy directly. It's all philosophical, what is it, like mystical hoodoo? But he'll occasionally read things that this guy has written is like a sort of vibing. And when you see this guy's idea, you'll be like, oh, I can see where the framework presented by a Bronze Age pervert or by a man's world or something like that may have come in part from this guy's ideology. He was around during the period of World War II, so you understand. He was in Italy. He's an Italian. I know, terrible.
Is he still alive?
He was alive until the 1970s.
Wait, but he's not an actively publishing Substack author. He's an actual philosopher who wrote stuff
in history born in the 1800s. Yes,
pre-internet. Okay. Gotcha.
Yes,
gotcha.
So like philosopher guy, and his ideas. If you strip out the racism and everything like that of his ideas, because there's a lot of racism. It was interesting. He believed that different ethnic groups had different qualities. Like there was like a hierarchy of soul quality between ethnic groups, but that you could work so that your goal was to always improve your soul quality, right? Like how we believe a person's life's goal is.
So he wasn't an HBD dude. He was a like soul, like metaphysically different groups were different.
Yeah, that's why he didn't like the Nazis, because he said they. So that was his big disagreement with him. He was like, well, you know, they're being too like materialistic.
Oh my god!
Groups.
It's like, don't look at the genetics. You have to look at their auras. I'm so.
Yeah, he thought that you could like work out your soul enough. He's like a soul.
But on what grounds was he evaluating their souls?
We will talk about it. But he thought that you could work it out enough that you could get your soul into like another ethnic group of souls. So like you could have an Aryan soul even if you weren't Aryan, and if you were Aryan but like you were too materialistic.
That's kind of Hindu, right? I mean, like I guess you can die and be reincarnated.
Can't do it.
That's the beauty of it, because I do think this is normie poison. You know what's not normie poison? Trying to be like, Zohran Mamdani was hanging out with this sexy man by the name of Hassan who said America deserved 9/11.
Just give me a minute. I got retweeted by the vice president. That's nuts. I mean, the thing is that I don't really talk about this a lot because I think that it's kind of like an ego thing. I know there are other streamers that like talking a lot about how, you know, they get mainstream credibility and mainstream. Yeah, is that right?
I wonder who he's talking about.
I don't know. It's a mystery.
This also
Nobody knows.
Reveals that he does fucking hate that nobody takes him seriously.
I didn't know that. I'm learning that right now for the first time.
Look at how excited he is that someone in a position of power is actually...
Exactly. And you know who a position of power isn't? Some shitty publication that nobody reads. Yeah, I think it's cool that the vice president retweets me. You think that it's cool when some fucking embarrassingly lame, totally fucking fell off newspaper writes an article about how you've got big muscles. It's embarrassing.
An army of girls and gays, not to mention admiring looks and maxers, would kill to be where I am now next to Piker as he pants in a pair of neon shorts with black Calvin Klein boxers poking out in sunlight, glinting off the sweat beaded on his chest hairs.
Definitely does not paint a positive view of the general public as someone who should be listened to about politics. You're wrong about that. Too woke syndrome. See, Asmongold said this article sucks. Well, Asmongold doesn't know how to fucking read. Why do you care about what his perspective is? I am an experienced media personality. I have an understanding of how these things work. This is literally my professional job, and I'm telling you, my assessment of this is that this is a very good, very humanizing piece.
Why are you looking for approval from these people? They should be looking for your approval. What are you doing? It's pathetic.
Guys like this will crumble
I will crumble.
Because they are devoid of real ideological conviction. What news station would have you?
Well, I've been invited on a lot of mainstream publication and like news channels. A lot, actually.
You cannot
Just don't
handle
really do
the
it.
spotlight, my friend.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it. He's right. It's just not what I like to do. So I don't do it.
A big part of the reason why you cannot handle the spotlight is because you don't actually have real convictions. You're just doing it for pure grift.
Is he talking about himself? What are we doing here?
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no,
For the record.
I'm not calling
I'm a
it that. I'm just
propagandist.
You don't have any social skills. You don't even want to fucking shower.
The reason why Hassan cares so much about showering is probably because he smells bad a lot. Because a normal person doesn't think this much about showering. Hassan probably smells bad all the time. That's why it's always on the top of his mind.
Just because he doesn't fucking shower. So regularly showering.
God, he must smell so bad.
I can't relate to you. Your room is so clean. Yeah. Yeah, guys.
The entire thing's clean. See this? Look. The entire thing's clean. It's completely clean. What are we talking about? I'll say this. I actually think at this point, my room might be cleaner than Hassan's.
Yeah, I don't take a shower, so you guys are stupid enough to think I'm a common man, you know? Even...
He's really butthurt about this, isn't he?
For normies, he is a normie repellent.
Well, if I was a normie repellent, then why was I the most popular person watching the Johnny Depp trial that was the most normie event that happened that entire year? And also, by the way, I'm a weird guy. I'm a weird, goofy guy. I say weird stuff. I'm not a normie at all. I don't need to be mainstream. I don't need to have normie approval. If people want to come into my frame, they can do that, and they can be part of my community. Or if they think that this is a little bit too much, and, you know, I'm a little bit too crazy, that's fine. I don't need to change myself. But what I am seeing is that people are changing to become closer to me.
Of course I'm going to oppose it, and I hope that other people will find courage to also oppose him.
Right. He wants everybody... What is he? He's trying to build Dumbledore's army. What do you even say or do about something like this, man? He's trying to build Dumbledore's army to try to make me look bad. Hassan probably smells bad all the time.
Guys, every accusation is a confession with this guy.
Okay, Tom.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tim. Today I want to talk about spaghetti code. What it is, why it exists, what people say about it. Many of you talk about spaghetti code maybe without using that word, spaghetti code. What spaghetti code is when you look at a piece of code from a game and it's just all over the place. It's poorly structured. Maybe there's a lot of methods that have tons of different parameters in them. There's methods that look very similar to each other. Maybe there's duplicate methods. There's methods in different modules that seem to be doing the same thing. Spaghetti code. Basically, poorly structured code. Most people go, stupid lazy programmer. I've been on both sides of I've been a programmer and I've been a designer giving programmers specs. So let me explain spaghetti code. Probably a tiny percentage of it is caused by stupid lazy programmer. Most of it is caused by something else. And for those of you who like to do timestamps, because they don't like hearing the context of my question, they don't like hearing the long explanation. Most spaghetti code comes from design specs being changed. There you go. You can tap out now. But let me explain why this happens.
Iteration
So
on top of iteration.
Design specification,
and on
design spec is written. Then the code is written to that spec. Then the spec changes. Maybe something's added. Maybe something's...
Game design is one of the most iterative types of software design there is.
Changed. Maybe a definition of something is changed. The code has to be changed as well. But usually time isn't allocated to this because it may have been a feature that's now done. So usually time isn't allocated or isn't estimated well for this, or maybe nothing was estimated for it. So the code is rewritten. If the code has to be written so fast that you literally can't refactor it, in other words, restructure it from the bottom up to support the new change, you often end up with spaghetti code. And let me walk you through an example. I'd love to tell you this was hypothetical. It's not. Let's say you're working on a game. Let's say it's a role-playing game. And let's say it mentions DR, damage resistance. Damage resistance is a very simple concept. You get hit. If you have 10% damage resistance, whatever damage that hit is gets reduced by 10%. So if something hits you for 20, 10% of that is 2. You only take 18. That's damage resistance, which I'm going to call DR from now on. The design doc says DR is part of armor. You have one armor you wear. You're wearing plate, you're wearing chain, you're wearing scale. Players and humanoid NPCs, which is defined to be, bipeds. So your elves, your orcs, your hobbits, they can wear armor. And they get DR from the armor. So the programmer reads this. That's all. The only place DR occurs anywhere in the game's design specification. So he writes a function called item armor get DR. I'm using he because this was me. That function, when you call it, item armor get DR, looks at what armor they're wearing, that one piece of armor they're wearing, gets the DR off it, and returns it. And then it's probably going to be used by the combat programmer, which... That function, when you call it, item armor get DR, looks at what armor they're wearing, that one piece of armor they're wearing, gets the DR off it, and returns it. And then
What? Simple. course, you'd have to actually put in a method to like public. Maybe an int, or more likely a float.
And it's probably going to be used by the combat programmer, which is often me as well, to get the DR and change damage when it comes in. Okay, so all that's written, it's really great, it's beautiful, it's flawless code, it's a diamond. Oh, a change comes in. Lead designer, combat designer, somebody. Hey, we've decided for artistic reasons and also for basically make variety that people can now wear multiple pieces of armor. There's a chest piece, there's arm, hand, leg, feet, foot, and helmet. Ooh, there's a lot of them. Oh, and by the way, the DR is summed across those. So basically, you go and add up all the DR from all the different armor pieces, and that's what you get. Okay, got it. So programmer goes in, changes that item armor get DR function to just loop over all the armor pieces. And sum up the DR, return it. change is made again. Oh, we don't want it to be the sum of DR. We want it to be the maximum DR. So it goes through all the armor pieces. The one with the most DR wins. So you don't add them up. Okay. Programmer goes back into that item armor get DR function, still does a loop, but instead of adding adding it up. They keep track of the biggest one they ever saw, and then when it gets to the end, it returns it. Not a big deal. Not what item get DR is now looking wildly different than what it looked like before, but it's still working. Wait, another change comes in. We have a spell that one of the spell designers made, and it gives temporary DR to whatever casts it. And And by the way, you already have status effects being handled by a completely different system, the status effect system. So it should track that DR as well. So you have a status effect DR. Well, item armor get DR is now rewritten to loop over all the armor pieces, but then call status effect and say give me the total DR from status effect, and it adds it into that.
Okay. I'll just keep it 0, even though it won't change it. We can still implement it. I fucked up on the last step. This is something I had to implement as well. There we go. That is a bug. That needs to be this.
Great. You probably have something in the status effect system too called status effect total bonus, because you're calling it for other things. Give me all your fire resistance. Give me all your, you know, paralyzation resistance. Give me your poison resistance. Give me, you know, the total number of arrows that have been reflected by the shield missile reflector spell this turn. Whatever you have, there's probably a total by status effect type. But wait, suddenly the inventory UI designer comes to you and says, why is the UI wrong in the inventory? It's supposed to give you the total UI, or the total DR from all your armor pieces, but now it occasionally shows an additional value. And you're like, oh, that's the additional value from status effects. And the inventory UI designer's like, I don't want that. I never told you to do that, you stupid lazy programmer. I don't want that. So now what do? Do you put a parameter on item armor get DR on whether it should include status effect DR or not? Or do you make a separate function that does it? Or do you call the item armor get DR and then call the status effect total DR and subtract it just for the inventory system? Yeah. But wait, status effect already has that gather total bonus for DR. For has a get me the total bonus for this status effect type, and DR is now a status effect type. Wait a minute. When I call that function with DR, how come it's not giving me the item DR? It's only giving me the stuff from the status, from spells. And the programmer can try to explain to whatever designer asks this question, or QA person, well, we have DR from items and we have DR from status effects. And that person may go, I don't care. When I want to know total DR, I want to know total DR. So should that status effect total bonus include items or not? Should the item get armor include items? Should neither of them include items? And if you care about it, you call both and add them together? Or maybe you put a parameter on each one saying, should it include the other type? Basically, this is where spaghettification begins. Because usually the programmer is not given time to do this. All this refactoring. So it has to be whatever's fastest, whatever you can get that done right now. Also, the designers don't know how the code is set up, and they don't often care. There's like, why can't you just do what I'm asking you to do? Not even understanding or caring sometimes that different designers have told them different things, which often leads programmers to go to their lead programmer, and the lead programmer go to lead designer and go, look, you got to figure this stuff out. I have multiple designers telling me, and then telling people different things, and you guys keep changing stuff, and QA then starts sending in all these bugs. You know, this inventory UI is wrong, and this this particular display here is wrong, where the person got hit and the wrong DR was taken off, or the right DR was taken off, but the printed display in the combat log was wrong. Because you can have a disparity between what the combat system is doing and what the display of the actual effects are saying. So now we're well along the spaghettification. Wait. At some point, they're like, you know what? We're going to add health to armor, so armor can take damage and get degraded. And when it does, we want that to degrade the DR as well. And we need to do this because we need an economy sink. We need a repair. You know, you have to go to merchants to get it repaired. We really need to add a money sink. This game doesn't really have one, or doesn't have enough of one. Which, by the way, I did a whole video on how hard it is to come up with money sinks. Well, guess what? Now, anywhere in the game where you're calculating DR, you need to know the item's health. If it's DR coming from an item, you can't get a total amount. You have to do it bit by bit. And if it's coming from a status effect, that's one thing. And if it's coming from a piece of armor, it's another. And depending on how you wrote your code, did you just do a total bonus coming from the status effect system, which included all the item DR? Maybe you rewrote it so when you put on an item, it just adds the DR into the status effect system. It adds a status effect when you put it on, takes it off when you, or removes it when you take it off. Oh shoot, you can't do that. Now the status effect system needs to know the origin of that DR, so it can call item and reduce the DR. Or maybe you didn't do that. Maybe the status effect system calls in the item system and sums it up, and now the item system has to go off and call the health system and find out what the item's health is. This is starting to get really complicated. I guarantee by this point there's a lot of bugs that have been introduced. There's a lot of angry designers and angry programmers, and they all think each other's stupid.
Yeah, I just tripped out like 3 or 4 times on basic
Maybe
parts.
the problem with this is the programmer might not even know the best way to do this because he doesn't know how the stuff is being used. Keep in mind, when he did the loop over the item to get the total DR, he didn't know that the inventory UI designer wouldn't want status effects added to that. So what does the designer want? What does the combat designer want? What does the UI designer want? There's a lot of questions. So the programmer starts asking these questions. This can be done in emails, it can be done in Strike Teams, maybe it's up on Slack or Confluence. This slows down the whole process. Time passes. These features aren't getting implemented as quickly. Now there's no time for some additional features to be done, or maybe some bugs to be fixed. Producers are getting angry at this. The game slips, or maybe it ships with other features missing. Does this sound familiar to you? Do you know of any games that have shipped with things like this? Right now you're thinking, well, I've got a solution to this. Let me walk you through some of the solutions that have been said to me to fix this. The first one is you're not allowed to make changes to design. So designers are supposed to make one big monolithic game design doc and never change it. That has never worked in the history of games. No one has ever thought everything perfectly through the first time. They always want to add something or change something, especially if it's exactly what they wrote and it gets coded flawlessly and created artistically perfectly, including the UI, and then you start playing.
Yeah, some people are kind of like visual artists in that way. They'll act like you're killing the baby.
And it's not fun. So at that point, people usually go, well, after a certain point, we'll draw a line on the schedule. After that point, there will be no changes. Good luck. Never seen that work. Never heard what that good point is. Is it the alpha? Is it the beta?
Completely all arbitrary.
Then the other thing is, well, why don't you just give the programmers time to do a refactor after every major change? First of all, what's the definition of major change? Also, how many major changes will there be? Also, how long will those major changes take to refactor? Unless you can answer all of these, we're going to have a problem. And remember, this all stems from the fact that usually a game has a fixed budget, which translates into a fixed amount of time you have to do this game. This is why, by the way, if you're wondering, this is why games ship late or crunch or ship missing a feature. Maybe the time it took to refactor was the time you were going to go add NPCs taking cover in combat. You didn't have time to put that in the AI because I was busy changing this DR stuff. Or maybe it ships with bugs because all these changes went in. There wasn't time to fix all of this stuff before you shipped because you ran out of time. And then after all this happened, you probably end up still with some spaghetti code. There's probably code in the shipping product that never got refactored. The programmer isn't happy about it. Everybody else washes their hands of it and goes, that's not me, that the programmer did that. Forgetting all the changes they asked for, all the specific exclusions they wanted, the extra parameters, the extra calls, the changes in how things work underlying foundationally. You know, there's been a lot of foundational changes made. They forget about all that. They're like, look, that's not my code. Somebody wrote some bad code there. And then, of course, you guys get it, and you're like, God, that programmer is stupid. Or you just go, wow, developers are stupid and lazy. What I'm trying to point out here, this is the thing that I've always had to explain to everybody since the beginning in the 80s to now. Games are not products. They are as much art as they are product. Changes happen. Design changes. Art changes. Code changes. They're not all predictable. The problem with code is you can look at a piece of code and judge it independently and go, this is a really badly written piece of code. Occasionally, rarely, it's because the programmer actually wrote a really bad piece of code. But usually the lead programmers are there to look, hey, you need to rewrite that. More often, it's because that piece of code has been rewritten multiple times to account for changes in the design specs until finally the game just had to ship. And that's where spaghetti code comes from. And I've seen it in just about every game code base I've ever looked at, including my own.
And once you start adding middleware into the mix and, you know, like in the vein of libraries and stuff, then it eventually transforms your spaghetti code into Frankenstein code, which is even worse. That's why you start to get lots of issues like major bugs.
By me. Anyway, that explains spaghetti code.
Great video. Subscribe to Tim Kaine, the guy that created Fallout. Oh. Oh. It's being dumb. Just something to do with YouTube's dumb shit.
Let me do this. I can't see anything on that side. That's okay, I got it. Just park. Just hit park.
Just what we need. Don Lemon showing up on the scene in Minneapolis and inserting himself in the middle of a church with a group of protesters shutting down the service.
If you guys are here, make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Let's see what our folks over on Twitch are doing. Twitch, we're back.
Sunday morning church.
Yeah, okay, we'll see.
He follows a group of protesters into a church. I don't know who thought this was a good idea.
After we do this operation, you'll see it live. And these operations are surprise operations. Again, can't tell you where they're going. Okay, so I am going inside now. Where's my phone? I need my phone.
This is only going to make things worse. This is crazy footage.
Hey, Meta, record. So activists are now in the church.
So we're hearing the hands up, don't shoot, same as the BLM protests.
This is what the First Amendment is about the freedom to protest. I'm sure people here don't like it, but protests are not comfortable.
But your freedoms cannot impede the constitutional freedoms of others, and freedom of religion is one of those. This doesn't make sense. I can't believe I'm even saying these words. You can't invade a church.
And there are people here who are, I'm looking at a young man who's in the corner. He's frightened, he's scared, he's crying. People are leaving church.
Don Lemon seems happy about this, the fact that someone's cowering in the corner, scared of the mob.
One of the members who looks to be really upset, a young person, the pastor is trying to calm him down over there. Perhaps they should come in, pray together, and talk together. But anyways.
Does it look like they are willing to come in and pray and talk?
If I were the pastor, I would offer a prayer. I would try to calm things down and say, listen, talk to you. We're all citizens. We're all believers and Christians.
You think they're all believers? How could you possibly know that? That's such a silly claim.
I don't know if everybody is, but everybody's a human being. Let's work together and talk about these things.
So what do you think is going to lead to more dialogue? This team mentality that you're participating in?
It may look like MAGA coded, but there's a reason they have so many white people here. I'm just going to be honest. It's because of the operation that they're doing today. It's important to have allies, as they said, white allies here.
And there's an interesting clip of him grouping up with these protesters, and this guy asked him, which team are you on? He actually used the word team. And of course, we know which team Don Lemon's on. He loves this game.
This is a white supremacist agenda.
Why do you say that?
Fuck off.
No, me, dude. I'm
You're
not here.
Whose team are you on?
Come on, man.
Don Lemon.
This is Don Lemon.
All right, man.
All right. Well,
sorry, brother. I'm so sorry.
Like, really?
No, I'm so sorry.
He's on our team.
Yeah. So why do you say that?
He's on our team, so treat him like a real human being.
And there is a member of the church who's willing to talk to Don Lemon.
Church?
What's that?
You're a member of the church?
I do.
How do you feel about this?
I don't necessarily agree with everything that's going on in the Twin Cities right now, but I don't think it's good to fight fire with fire. I think it's good to speak up. I think it's good to protest, but I think it's better to do it in a peaceful way. I don't think the answer is going into God's church.
You don't think this is peaceful?
You're shutting down a church service by shouting people down.
Well, it's trespassing.
Nobody fighting.
It's trespassing.
He just doesn't contend with the trespassing point at all.
How would you feel if I went to your house and I started yelling?
It depends on what I did.
It depends on what I did. You would never tolerate someone coming into your house.
There was a lot of yelling in my house growing up, but we still loved each other.
Yeah, but...
You can see it on his face. He's just like, yeah, okay, but you really think this is okay? This is the worst part, the way he is trying to justify all of this.
That doesn't necessarily mean that yelling is the answer, right?
I'm sorry?
That doesn't necessarily mean yelling is the answer, right?
No, but I think it's the way you work things out is that you talk to each other, you disagree. Sometimes it's heated, sometimes it's not.
Let's look at this other clip, and you tell me if this is not just blatant yelling.
You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words?
I think maybe if the pastor would try to calm things down and say, let's all talk together and make this peaceful and not be so us against them.
Don, how would the pastor do that when everyone is yelling? Why are you putting the onus on the pastor to stop all of this when you were the ones who walked in?
I think that it's good to talk, but then why don't we do that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think trespassing, I think protesting on the streets is fine, but I think there's a difference between that and then going into someone's property and then yelling.
How do you feel about the, allegedly, according to the protesters here, there's a member of ICE who is a pastor here, or is a member of the clergy?
Oh, so that's the real justification for all of this. A member of the clergy is part-time ICE or something.
Allegedly, I don't know. That's what they say.
Okay, well, I would say before just ramming into a church, maybe it'd be good to get some more information first.
He gets into a debate with the pastor.
Our church had gathered for worship, which we do every Sunday, and we were interrupted by this group of protesters. Yeah. We asked them to leave, and they obviously have not left. So.
Yeah, imagine if this was an Islamic gathering and you had a group of white people come in shouting them down and shutting it down, saying shame on you.
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So.
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
Okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
Yeah. Freedom of religion.
Oh, the irony.
Is one of those.
I don't know why he's bringing up the First Amendment. It has nothing to do with private property.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here.
Did you see a push anywhere? I mean, Don Lemon is just fishing.
Look at Don Lemon leaning in. He's leaning back.
You walk into the church and then tell them, oh, please don't get too close. And the pastor asked Don Lemon point blank to leave, and he doesn't.
That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to chronicle what happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
There's something about Don Lemon that just especially rubs me the wrong way, so...
So I'm just going to be as respectful as possible. I'm not here to intimidate anybody.
He's just fishing for content. That's all he cares about here.
Do you mind if we talk to you? No. What do you think of this? I thought you said no.
What I'll tell you is that there are varying arrays of views on the political situation here. That's what I'll tell you.
What do you mean by that?
I'm going to leave it at that. But there's a varying array of views in this church on politics of immigration. Right. Recognize the complexity of the issue.
Many people are going to hear him say that and claim that this justifies everything that you're seeing because there's varying arrays of views on this topic.
Some people don't like what's happening, some people like it.
I'm not going to reduce it to that. I won't reduce it that simply, but we acknowledge the complexity of the situation.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you talking to me.
And apparently there is an investigation going on, and Don Lemon chronicling this is going to help with that investigation, but this is going to make everything worse.
I'm surprised that law enforcement has not showed up yet. I'm going to take you outside of the church. What do you think of this?
There's a harmless Christian here that wants to praise the Lord with my son, and now I got to go home.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch. This guy here, look, he's hugging his kid. And, you know, I imagine it's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here, but again, careful, it's very slippery right here. It's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here, but that's what really, careful, please, really slippery, not good. That's what protesting is about, and so.
Oh, man, I don't want to end it.
The UK propaganda game you play got taken down. Real? They took it down? Why did they take it down? They took it down. Did they take it down because everybody was trying to get the bad end? It's freaking hilarious. You know what's funny is this keeps happening. Like they will come up with they'll come up with something that is kind of meant as like propaganda. I'll switch to it. Give me 1 second. They'll do something. Let me finish my thought first. They'll do something that's kind of meant as propaganda or like an insult to like people on. You see the new MacBook colors commercial? I have not now. Hi, Winter Wolf. How's it going? How you doing? So they'll do a thing specifically to either offend people on the right or to be like a propaganda piece, like against the right. And every single time, a moving great library. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. Every single time, the right is just like, yeah, we like that actually. And then they're in this weird, awkward position where they either have to like take it down or like backtrack. It happens all the time, right? Like this happened with the JD Vance memes, like where they were making like the fat baby JD Vance, and then everyone just loved it. Everyone on the right just like, yeah, you know what? That's ours now. Thank you. That's actually pretty funny. Even JD Vance himself loved it, right? And then they had the Ultra MAGA. I remember that, or they were using it as an insult. They were calling people Ultra MAGA, and then people started making MAGA hats that just said Ultra MAGA on it. It's like, it's so fucking funny, dude. Like, the Great MAGA King was another one. They were calling Trump the Great MAGA King as an insult, and then everyone literally started calling him the Great MAGA King. It's like every time, man. You can't delete stuff from the internet. Well, the problem... You want to know the problem? The thing is in my experience, and like this isn't everyone, like obviously there are certain, you know, there's always exceptions to the rule, right? But in general, on average, I feel like people on the right take themselves less seriously than people on the left. Like people on the left get offended like super fucking easy, whereas like people on the right will just laugh it off typically. Like for instance, you know, they'll call you shit. You'll be like, yeah. They'll be like, you're a fucking retard. I'll be like, yeah, true, right? Or like they'll tell like Asmund that like, you know, he's like a retard. I'll be like, yeah, true. Right, it's like people know, like, and the thing is, guys, Asmongold's not even on the right. Like, let's be real. Like, he's kind of more moderate. What I mean is, like, when I say like the right, I don't mean literally like right-wing conservative. I mean like the sphere of people online that are not crazy. That's more what I'm talking about than like politically right. What I more mean is like the anti-woke people, right? Not far left. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is like, I've said this before, and like people know this about me. I'm not even like super fucking conservative. Like I'm not like there are certain things I'm pretty hardcore on, like abortion, but I'm not as like far right as they say I am. You know, I'm pretty moderate, like socially moderate when it comes to stuff. Financially, like economically, I'm pretty conservative. I'll be real. But yeah, it's so funny because like, you know, they come after me, like they come after me and Kirsha, right? Like here's the hilarious thing. If you listen to Asmongold, if you listen to me, and you listen to Kirsha on the topic of trans stuff, right? It's like, okay, if you're an adult, do whatever you want, but like, let's just like, no, can we just leave kids out of it? Right? And it's like, oh wow, you want all trans people to fucking die. It's like, oh, okay. So we're gonna go all the way to there because of like a very obvious thing that we think is wrong. Like a very obvious like loophole that could cause a lot of problems for people, right? And it's like you need to be 100% with them or like it's over basically. It's so weird. The left has gotten so far left that everyone looks centrist. It's true. It's 100% true. It's so weird because I have people telling me like, oh man, like there was a big thread about me today on X. There was a person that was like, what happened to you, Leaflet? Like, you know, they're like, what happened to you, Leaflet? Like, well, you became so right. I was like, what are you talking about? I've always talked about this stuff. Like, always. Like, the main, you want to know the main thing that changed actually? And you can like ask crazy, like this is actually true. The real big main thing that changed is I stopped caring about doing React content. Because like for me, the big thing was I didn't really like React content. And the reason why, when I say I didn't like React content, I meant like in general, because like a lot of the time people react and they don't even say anything. Like they literally like just put the video on and then they just like eat some popcorn or something. They don't really like really
wish
add
I had
anything
some
to the video.
popcorn.
Asmongold does that, right? So it's like I kind of follow along those lines when I try to do like a rec. That's why I talk so much, right? It's because I'm really trying to be transformative about the video. So like getting over that and then being like, you know what, fucking, I'm just gonna like watch whatever I want on stream. That was like half of it. The other half of it was everyone told me it was a bad idea. Like everyone told me like Lethal, you're talking about too much politics. You're being too political. Like like one of my close friends at the time told me that that I will become nothing. They told me like, and this is like, you know, when I had like maybe like 200 views or something like that. They told me, Leaflet, if you don't go like the VTuber idol route, you will become nothing. And I was like, it's a real quote too. Like I'm not fucking around like that. Someone actually told me that, right? And like, yeah. And so it's like obviously, you know, everybody's telling me it's such a bad idea. Like I wanted to do it. In fact, I snuck it into the content. We would play like late night extraction shooters because like, you know, I loved Hunt Showdown at the time. Games like Arc Raiders, Tarkov. I love these games. And I would just talk about this stuff like in the middle of the game. Like we would be like walking around and like hunt, looking for the enemies, like, you know, searching for clues, looting, and then I would talk about it. And that's kind of like how it was back then, right? And now I just talk about it whenever I want. So like in a way, I'm actually more free. Right now, I'm actually like more me than before, to be honest. Implying that you're not a say-so idol anyway? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really a big fan of the whole idol thing. To be real with you guys. And I'm not saying like, I'm not like hating on you, like if you like that, that's like up to you and like that's fine, right? But for me, it's not really my thing. I was never an idol. I did do a concert once though. Did you guys know that? I did do a concert. I sang in a VTuber concert. Did you guys know that? I did. Proof, it's on Patreon. If you're on Patreon, like all the videos are there. The whole concert footage is there. You can sing poorly, PX. I'm not that good at singing, to be honest. The main reason well, there's multiple reasons. One, my like I just sound fucking weird. Like I'm just being honest. Like I just have a weird, like I just sound weird. Second, I have like issues with like my lungs and my throat. Like I have like if I get sick, my nose gets stuffed really easily. Like I'm like, so I've had asthma. I've had asthma like ever since I was a kid. So like I get clogged up really easily. So sometimes like if I'm singing, it'll cause stuff to come up and like get stuck in my throat. You have a terminal case of like, that's a terminal case of being from California. I was born in California. So like I lived there all my life. But like, you know, luckily like my dad was pretty conservative. So my dad was pretty conservative and I also like my dad. So yeah, you want to know the truth though, is actually there was a period in my time where I was more left. So I was never like full psycho left. Like I was never full, you know, full commie or anything like that. But I was a lot more socially left. I was a little bit more left on things like abortion, you know, and then what happened was I grew up. No. No, really what happened, no, like I mean, but kind of really what it was I experienced the real world, you know, and I feel like, how do I explain it? The weird thing is I feel like a lot of conservatism comes from life experience. Does anybody else feel me on that too? Like, did any of you guys, like, you used to be like a little bit more on the left and then you had to work a job and you realized how shit was and you were like, wait a minute, why am I paying these taxes? Like, wait, what? This road was fine, why is it broken now? And like all of this shit, like, you know what I mean? Like you just live life, you work. And I feel like work really is a huge part of it. It's like when you don't have any money and like you have to work a lot, you're kind of like, what the fuck? You know? And like, it's like I said, I used to be really poor. So it was like, it kind of comes from that perspective, right? Where I was really poor, but like my mom didn't want to do welfare. So like we kind of just grinded, honestly. Like we didn't want to get stuck on the system, you know? Like we didn't want to like, it was really a sense of, it's going to sound weird. It was really a sense of shame, really, where it's just, I didn't want to feel like, we didn't want to feel like we were just taking from society, right? So it's like, let's just like work harder, right? And like, you know, work harder, budget better. And, you know, we'll, you know, if we have to, then we'll if we, you know, like the only things really were like, there were some medical stuff that I needed some help with, but other than that, I didn't really take food stamps or anything like that. And like, it's just, I didn't want to, you know? Bring back public shaming, make shaming great again. Well, I mean, and see, that's the problem. That's the problem with government as charity. Like, it's really the main issue is government as charity removes the face from the person who's giving you the thing, right? So, like, if a person gives you charity, a person in your community that you know gives you charity, you know who gave it to you. You know who is sacrificing for you. Whereas, like, when it's the government, you just feel like you deserve it, correct? Anyway, Engineer Watkins, thank you for the prime. Thank you, Iron Tiger. Thank you so much for the bits. When I was 16, I got a new job and thought I could get an N64 with my first paycheck, but I saw that the tax man did to you. I've been a Republican ever since. It might seem petty. They do take a lot from me. They do. They really do. And the problem is, like, Iron Tiger, and you probably understand the sentiment, Iron Tiger. Let me know if this is, if this, chat, let me know in general, if you feel this too. When they, like, tax you, you're like, the idea is, okay, well, I'm going to get stuff out of it, as in, like, they're going to clean up the streets, the streets are going to be nice, we're going to have good law enforcement, low crime, and they don't even do that. You know what I mean? Like, I would be fine paying the taxes right now if they actually did shit with it. You know, like, if they actually made shit better, then sure, okay, fine. Like, I'm okay paying a little bit of taxes if it's going to make everything better, but it doesn't. And in fact, the more money you put in it, the worse it gets. So it's like, why do I even want to pay this shit, you know? And then, yeah, and then they give it to people that don't deserve it. It's ridiculous. It's like they don't spend money. They don't spend the money efficiently. So why do we keep giving them money? That's kind of anyway. That's kind of like, I mean, all you have to do is look at Minnesota. Look at like what's happening with the. Look what's happening with the Somalian daycare scenario and how, like, that's probably been going on forever. And just nobody looked into it. Nobody cared to look into it, right?